Productivity is a concept that shows up often on the RD exam, especially in administrative and food service questions, which we will cover in depth in Module 9. You'll see it applied here for staffing efficiency, tray assembly rates, and patient care load, because productivity is a measure of how well resources are being used in a clinical or operational setting. But remember here in Module 1, we're focused on the math and building up our math foundations. So the formula is pretty straightforward. Productivity is equal to output divided by input. That's it. And if this equation looks familiar, it should. It's the same structure we used in our percent lessons. Just like price per meal or grams per kilogram, this is a per equation. The only difference is that we're not multiplying by 100, we're simply measuring how much we get out of 1 unit of time, effort, or cost that we put in. And because we divide the numerator by a denominator, the value in the denominator becomes 1. So this equation tells us how much we get out if we put 1 unit in. For a dietitian, the output might be number of patients seen in a shift. The input might be the number of hours worked. And so the result will give us patients per hour, or how many patients are seen in 1 hour, which gives us quantitative and measurable data about efficiency. But this productivity equation pops up again and again. Meals per labor hour, maybe labor minutes spent per meal, cost per meal, even things like inventory turnover rate is an application of this productivity equation. So when you see the word productivity on the RD exam, try to think about it this way. How much are we getting done compared to how much are we putting in? If you can increase your output or reduce your input, then your productivity will go up. And with that, let's work through an example. Remember, try to pause the video, do the problem on your own, and review it with me. We've got this together. This problem says a dietitian sees 10 patients in an 8-hour day. 10 patients is our output. 8 hours is our input. It's our time. The question is, how many patients does the dietitian see per hour? And this is a productivity equation. So we'll use the productivity formula, output over input. Since the patients is our output and our time is the input, we can just plug into this equation right here and we come up with 1.25 patients per hour. Or in other words, in 1 hour, the dietitian will see 1.25 patients. And can you recognize what this is right here? It's an equivalence statement. That means we can use it in dimensional analysis problems. If the question asks, how many patients will the dietitian see in 20 hours, we can take this rate, 1.25 patients per hour, and multiply it by 20, just like we do in dimensional analysis. Because another way of writing this productivity statement is to write it as an equal sign, that you'll see 1.25 patients in every 1 hour. Since these two variables are equal to each other, we could also write the fraction 1 hour is the length of time it takes you to see 1.25 patients. So as we keep building skills, I want you to start recognizing when a number becomes something you can carry forward, something you can plug into a future calculation. Every equation we learn is a tool, but sometimes on the RD exam, the answer can become a tool in itself. There is a lot in productivity, so I will see you in the next one.